So I'm back with another interview, and I'm pleased to be joined by, in my opinion, one of the hardest hitting flyweights in the world and the eternal flyweight champion. I'm joined by Mr. Anthony Drilich. So thank you so much for joining me.
Cheers, be here, Benny.
So you're coming off a real big time KO over, and I just got to double check this name. His name was Santoro Enomoto. Uh, in that fight, he was doing a bit of taunting. How did it feel to like knock his fucking head off afterwards? Because he was doing a lot of taunting in that fight, and yeah, you sent him packing back.
Yeah, like first round, I knew it was going to be all over the place and springing around. Like right before I entered, I could see him on the screen doing backflips and bouncing and all sorts of stuff. So I already knew he's going to be real quick off the bat. So yeah, try to move around. Yeah, and he was zipping around left, right, and center. So yeah, trying to figure him out in the first. Then once I got my timing in, yeah, put him out in the second.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a crazy KO.
but
Like you
yeah,
don't really see many KOs like that in the flyweight division. Like, and a lot of people don't know this, but you started your amateur career, I believe, as high as welterweight.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think my first fight 77. So yeah, like welter.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
started
you've
heavy.
done like you pretty much did the whole Volkanovski thing, but instead of stopping at like featherweight, you just decided to drop two more divisions.
Yeah, I was capable of doing it, so I was like, why not? Yeah, get that weight down and start putting these dudes out of flyweight. Really.
Yeah, it's crazy because you knocked out like your welterweight fights. They're all like brutal first round, like sub 30-second KOs, weren't they?
Yeah, first fight I knocked the guy out in 10 seconds. Then my second fight I knocked him out in like 12 seconds. So I started off real
Yeah,
well.
yeah, and I think I seen in an interview you talked about your second KO would have felt good because the guy had like a swastika or something on his chest, didn't he? He had like some Nazi tattoos or something.
Yeah, I didn't know at the time because he was wearing a rashy when I seen him. But yeah, I found out like a few days after once I got back home that yeah, he wore a rash because he had a swastika in his chest. So I was happy with that one. That's one I'll probably always remember. Not
Yeah,
every
I
day
mean,
you get
yeah,
to knock out a dude with a swastika in his chest, you know. So
yeah, no, definitely, it would have made it feel so much better. I mean, would you have been like if you knew he had the swastika? Would you have like landed a few more follow up punches? You know, like made it even fucked him up a bit more.
there might be a good chance I would have done that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. No reason to have a fucking swastika in this day and age, in my opinion.
No, no, right.
Uh, so you're fighting a Hong Kong-based fighter. He trains at a Bang Tao. His name's Max Liali. I think that's how you say.
Yep. That's him.
Yep,
The
yep.
American
He's
fella.
yeah. I was wondering what he was because I know he was born in Hong Kong and he reps Hong Kong. So I was curious if he was American or not.
I don't know a whole lot about him, but I
Yeah,
believe he's whether his parents or whatnot, he lived there. He's from the States, so
yeah,
he's yeah. Don't know. I know that yeah, fights out of Bang Tower. Good grappler, got some striking on him.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm just ready to go. Really, put this guy out.
Yeah, I was watching some of his fights. I was seeing, yeah, he's definitely jiu-jitsu based, but I believe, obviously you like to throw the hands and everything like that, but I think you primarily like jiu-jitsu based, right?
Um, yeah, like I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt, so I do enjoy jiu-jitsu. You know, I do it pretty much every day. But yeah, I love my striking as well, and I like to put a knockout.
Yeah.
You know, for the fans, so they seem to enjoy it.
Oh, definitely. It's always fun to like I say, it's just crazy. I would literally put your power up there with like Davison Figueiredo. I think you have that level of power, like as a flyweight. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, believe in my strength, and I believe I can put anyone out if I can land either my left or my right hand on them. So yeah, they won't know until they get hit by me. Will they really know my power?
Yeah, exactly. So I'd imagine this fight, it's going to just be sprawl and brawling, probably. You know, just try and not get taken down and just try and knock this guy out.
Um, for this fight, I want to mix it up. Really, like obviously the last couple of fights, I haven't really grappled a whole lot, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna try to work everything. Take him down. Maybe he'll take me down. Use my jiu-jitsu and really try to put a clinic on this guy from wherever it is. Wrestling, don't matter.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the activity. Like you don't really see that much activity like in the flyweight division. Lately you have been obviously Sean Gauchi just got a big win last weekend in Hex. Did you catch that?
No, I didn't see it. I only seen the
Uh,
highlight like the other day. Yeah,
yeah. So he got a big KO. Obviously, Steve Erceg fought for the UFC championship, came up short, but looked really
yeah,
amazing in that fight.
yeah. That's a fight
So
I watched, and yeah, bloody Steve, eh? But
yeah,
like depends who you ask. Like some people said, yeah, he won that. Oh, could have been a split either way.
yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
yeah, he did a lot of damage on.
yeah, absolutely. And I might be biased, obviously, being from Perth, but I really did think he won that on damage. Like, I thought he negated everything Pantoja did on the ground. Like, I don't think
Yeah,
Pantoja really did any damage, in my opinion, but I might be biased. So, yeah.
yeah, like Pantoja stayed on top longer, obviously, as we all seen, but obviously Steve like split him open twice, three times with
Yeah.
elbows and
Yeah.
rocked him a couple times with punches. It's like, yeah, Steve was all over him in the strikes, and the only thing, obviously, he could have done better was get up earlier and hopefully put a clinic on him on the feet. But hey, it's fighting, so I'm sure he's going to come back
Yeah.
a lot better, just even from that loss.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've both trained at Scrappy sometimes. Obviously, he's mostly at Wilkes, but he does do some cross training. So have you two like trained together much in the past?
Yeah, we've trained quite a bit. We've trained obviously up in Scrappy. He'll come there, and down in Mandurah as well. So yeah, we've got some rounds together and done a lot of drilling and all that. So yeah, Steve's a good dude, and yeah,
Yeah.
he's a great training partner as well. And now that he's pretty much shown the world how really good he is, even though he didn't win, like in most people's hearts, he won that. Yeah, it definitely helps give me confidence as well as, and I'm sure it gives Steve as well a lot of confidence and coming back a lot stronger from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he like most people hadn't heard of Steve before that fight, and now like everybody knows who Steve is, and people are like in droves are arguing he won that fight. So that was really a moral victory for him. Like obviously he doesn't get the win bonus in the belt, but like in most people's hearts, he is the champion.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was an
Yeah,
awesome fight on his behalf as well. Especially like what was he ranked 10 in the
yeah, number
UFC?
10,
Yeah, and,
fourth fight.
he took that shot. Yeah, and I'm sure like a lot of people would have like who don't know him would have doubted him and would have been
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, he's just gonna get swept up and put out. But yeah, shows us, shows the WA guys, we're
yeah.
putting our foot down and showing the world, what we're capable of.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, you do have trained together, like you have trained together. But like, if you were in the UFC and say Steve does get that belt, like, would you two potentially fight, or just you'd never fight Steve?
Like if it's for the belt, like I'm sure both of us will come to an agreement, like, hey, like this is where we want to
Yeah,
be, let's fight. But yeah, you know,
yeah,
if it's just for the circuit, I wouldn't see myself fighting them just because we train as much as we
yeah, of
do. But
course.
if it, yeah, of course, like I think anyone would fight anyone if it's for the UFC belt.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I wouldn't want to see you two fight. You're both really nice guys, you're both from Perth, so but like, it would be a crazy fight if it did happen. Like, that'd be great for Perth as well if you could do that in Perth one day. But you know,
yeah.
yeah. Uh, Yeah, looking at this guy, obviously, have you watched much tape on him? Because I was looking and I could only really find like one fight for the guy.
Pretty much the same. Obviously, I got coaches who do a lot of the analyzing, so I got a lot of feedback from them, and they do the research and all that. I've only seen probably just as much as you have, really, of them, so
Yeah,
I can only go by that. Yeah, I haven't really seen a whole lot. I'm sure there's plenty of footage. You just got to dig around and find it.
yeah. No, yeah, I'll look it up in Chinese or something like that. I think that's the main language of Hong Kong. So,
Yeah, Google
yeah,
Translate.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure. I mean, that's how I found some of the last guy you fought. I had to use Japanese translations to find some of his other fights.
Yeah, same thing. He was hard to find any real like any footage on him, and yeah, you have to go through like their promotions and all that and search around. But yeah, same kind of thing. So yeah, who knows how good he's gotten or what he's going to work on. But I can only go by what I've seen, and it should be good. I should
Yeah.
hopefully put this guy out in devastating fashion. That's the plan anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I watched some of your fights back, and I heard the commentators mention that, like, when you're one of your biggest, I think, inspirations and your favorite fighter growing up was like Manny Pacquiao. I was just wondering, are you half Filipino?
Yeah, mum's side's Filipino, so
Yeah.
obviously grew up, supporting Manny Pacquiao, both as because he's an amazing boxer, and obviously being Filipino, I think you're forced into liking him anyway.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
definitely. Yeah, even though you didn't get the decision in the fight, your fight against Manu, like that was Manny Pacquiao like style. That was in the pocket. That was a crazy fight. I watched that one back. That was like you hurt him quite a lot, and that was up 2 weight classes as well.
Yeah, what was that? That was bantamweight, I think. Bantam for that one, but
I think
yeah.
it was featherweight. Tapology has it as featherweight, but
I don't
Tapology
know.
is sometimes consistent.
Maybe it was. I can't. It's such a long time ago. But yeah, that was a great fight. Bloody came right at him. I was like, I don't even know how old I was. Probably like mid-20s at the time. And yeah, I was like, I heard the bell go, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna put combos out and see what happens. And obviously,
Yeah,
put too many combos out and gas, then he started having his way with me, which kind of sucks. But
yeah.
you learn from those type of mistakes,
Yeah, absolutely. I was rewatching all your fights the other day. Actually, your fight against Mark Familari, I think that's how you say
Yep.
his last name. That fight was crazy. You just go out there and you blitz him, and then just no hooks in, choke him out. Like that was a crazy fight. And I think the commentator said there was like some bad blood or something as well there from like Facebook or
Oh,
something.
they just hyped it up. Like there was nothing really between me and Mark. I think I don't even know exactly what happened, but from what I've been told, either him or his team had put in whatever comments up on a photo of me and him versing, and something like on the lines of like, that night we're gonna put you out or something, or we're gonna win. Then everyone just hyped it up, I think. So yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
there's no real bad blood between me and Mark. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
like he does come down to Scrappy and does train with us, and yeah, we're
Yeah.
good. We train together and all that. So yeah,
Yeah.
there wasn't anything sour after anything like that.
Yeah, no, that's good. And obviously training at Scrappy, but also coaching at Drilich Combat Academy. How is that like dynamic? Dealing with like both training and being a student, and also being the coach and the head of Drilich.
No, it definitely keeps him busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just the moment I enter that mat or that room, I kind of switch whether I'm going to be coaching or I'm there as a student and learning and just there to just train. So yeah, I think there is a bit of a switch that you have to flick on and off because you can't go into a class willing to learn but try to outspeak the other coaches and be there just to teach everyone. You're not there you're there to learn, and then there's times when I'm there to teach. So I try to split them up.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are the coach of my good friend actually, Cade Sheldon. He just won kickboxing. I think he won a gold medal in
Yeah,
kickboxing at some tournament this weekend. Yeah. I just wanted to
yeah.
get how's his training going? Just to know how he's doing.
If you're watching this, Cade, nah, joking. Nah, he's doing really well actually. Yeah, he's putting the hours in. Like he's committed, gets in there any way he can, then just trains his ass off. And obviously, it showed in his kickboxing fight that he won. He got gold. So
Yeah.
put the hard work in. Dedicate yourself to this. You can become something.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I think he's saying, he wants to have his. I think you guys want him to have his MMA debut before the end of the year as well.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be awesome. Yeah, just growing up, I sort of knew he would sort of go through that path because he was doing Muay Thai and everything as a kid, and he was kicking some ass there. So it is cool to see like him training with like some good guys like you and your brother.
Yeah, it's good. I was told that
Yeah.
you went to school with Cade. all your
Yeah,
mates.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. Went to primary school together, but then we didn't see each other for a couple years. But we'd just been talking back and forth, and then we only like met up again like at my party last year. But we'd been friends for ages.
But yeah, small world, eh?
Yeah, I know it's crazy. And he's got that country boy strength as well, obviously, because he's from the country originally, like from like the rural area. So
Yeah, he's a tall. What is he like? 6'2" or something? 6'1". He's wiry as
yeah,
hell. So yeah, he's always going to give you a hard time.
yeah, absolutely. And I think he said you guys want him to like fight at featherweight as well.
Yeah, I think it was featherweight. He's like obviously he's only really starting to get into this, but just from his height and size and where he's at with weight, like he can make feather.
Yeah,
But I don't know if he wants to. Obviously,
yeah,
not
that's what he was saying.
yeah, not everyone wants to weight.
Yeah, he was saying you'll probably be the next Paddy Pimlet with the weight balloons up and stuff like that.
Yeah, gain
Yeah,
20, then lose 20.
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, if anyone can teach him how to lose all the weight, it's you. Obviously, speaking back to your welterweight days, like there's a photo of you and Jack Della Maddalena where, like, you're both welterweights at that time, and now obviously he's a top 5 welterweight in the world, and you're a flyweight. Like it is crazy to look at how things turned out.
Yeah, like I'm sure like we both had that goal of becoming champions or going somewhere with our career in fighting, but I'm sure we didn't expect this sort of thing to happen. And we're training together, and Jack's obviously in the UFC. I'm about to get in the UFC hopefully. So yeah, things change quick, I guess, especially in this type of sport.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just all it takes is getting that opportunity. So obviously, you beat this guy. I seen you saying you want like a top 10, top 15 guy. Like if you're willing to fight like a ranked opponent in your debut, is there any like specific guys you'd just love to test yourself against right now? Like any names?
Right now, not really. Like I just want to get this fight done with, so I'm just focusing on
Yeah,
this guy.
that's
Hopefully,
true.
put
Yeah.
a great show on, and hopefully get my shot. That's the plan. I've been pushing for it for the last couple fights, so hopefully this is it. Hopefully I can put a great show on, and they see that, and yeah, from there it's on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you go in there and you get a big KO. I think you're going to be undeniable in my opinion. Like obviously, there is free flyweights in the country who could probably get signed like just straight up. Like obviously you, Stuart Nickel, and Sean Gauchi. Obviously you're all in different promotions and stuff like that. So there's a bit of a difficulty for you guys to all fight each other. But I think all of you guys could probably be in the UFC like with another win or two.
Hopefully that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Having 3 Aussies go straight into the UFC and just start taking over. Especially now, like who was it? Probably not Vol. I wouldn't say Volko really showed the world what we're capable of. Who would you reckon? I guess Volk's one of the guys
Yeah. Probably
who really
Whitaker
shows
was
through. Like,
the
yeah, Whitaker, definitely Whitaker. But we have great guys like that, and really, it's put the spotlight on us, and now we've got guys like that, and in all different weight divisions, just winning and looking real good, like world level. So I think it's our turn now. It was the Russians prior to us, I think. Then now
yeah.
it's the Aussies. So hopefully, we will, take over and win everything. Really, that's the
Yeah.
plan.
Well, in my opinion, Perth is like the new Dagestan. Like it's only like Dagestan's just like a small region of Russia, and like they've got all these fighters coming up, and so is Perth. JDM, Steve Erceg, and then outside there's you, Colin Sauerkild, Cody Haddon, like all these guys coming up. Like Perth MMA is booming right now.
Yeah, we've got super high level dudes, especially just within our state. Then then you got Australia, and there's just as many guys as out there as well. So yeah, I think while the spotlight's on Australia, it's like I think a lot of these guys are taking advantage of it and trying to get to the UFC or whatever promotion they're trying to get to, and get out there, expose themselves. Now I think now's the time.
Yeah, absolutely. So like UFC is the main goal. Obviously, you are half Filipino, so like one people would say, suggest one because they do a lot of Filipino shows, but it's definitely UFC for you.
Yeah, I watched UFC since I was a little kid. I think when did UFC come out? 94, something like that,
93.
or
Yeah.
93. So I mean, I watched it as pretty much. I think I watched it as a baby. So I think the UFC is instilled in my brain and just driven in there, and I think that's where I want to be. Watched it my whole life pretty much, and I want to see myself on that other side of this, on the other side of the TV, get my arm raised. So
Yeah.
I think my number one goal is UFC.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, most fighters, if they say their goal isn't the UFC, they're probably lying. Like at the end of the day, I think and I'm like, not to be disrespectful, but I don't think most fighters are like, man, I really want to be in the PFL one day. Like it's always been the
Yeah.
UFC. I feel like.
Obviously, yeah, they're all growing promotions, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think right on the top of that ladder is the UFC, and I'm sure, yeah, like as you said, majority of those guys, that's where they want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Like what even like is that why you got into martial arts? Like watching the UFC as a kid, like as a baby growing up?
No, my father did martial arts, so yeah, growing up, we're around like because he done quite a few different martial arts from karate, kung fu, a bit of boxing, judo, things like that. And yeah, so we had like nunchucks and swords and throwing knives and spears and practicing like how to block and punch and all that sort of stuff and just doing martial arts. And yeah, so I guess we loved it. We tried other sports growing up, rugby and all that, and I think we've always come back to martial arts. So we're just martial artists, and I enjoy fighting as well. So it kind of made sense to go down this track of becoming a professional fighter.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, rugby seems to be a good base for MMA fighters from Australia. So that's good to know you've got that
Yeah,
on your resume.
yeah.
And is your brother older or younger?
My brother's younger by 2 years, but he's bigger than me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Did
he
he?
stole my food when I was a baby.
Did he compete in martial arts as well, like MMA or?
Yeah, yeah, he competed and he fought both in MMA, competed in jiu-jitsu, judo, jiu-jitsu obviously. And yeah, he just had serious problems with his shoulders, and he had to get like some surgery done on both, and he had to get fixed up and rehabbed and all sorts of stuff. And by the time it got to like where we want to make a gym and a career for myself, and obviously for ourselves doing that gym, yeah, he made the decision. He's like, all right, well, I'll be the coach. I'll put my energy and effort into teaching you and helping you out and doing whatever you need. And he took that sacrifice, so I can give him, I can tip my hat to that, and gave me the opportunity to fight. So yeah, I think that was like our deal, I guess, pretty much.
Yeah, no, that's cool though. That like it would be just awesome to like run a gym with your brother as well. Like that is just really cool. Like at the end of the day, like you and your brother, like you're the fighter, he's and to have him in your corner and stuff like that as well would be pretty good. Like if anyone's going to be giving you advice during like a hard time, like say you got a hard fight, I think you'd want like your brother, somebody you've known your whole life.
Yeah, definitely. Like even how to explain? Like I could be getting battered and bruised, and I have no clue what's happening, but I can still manage to hear my brother's voice if he's yelling it. So it's kind of like I don't know, the tone of his voice, it can get you going. So yeah, it is good having him in the corner for that sort of reason. But
Yeah,
now I've got
absolutely.
my other coach. I've got obviously Ben Vickers as well in my
Yeah.
corner, and I can hear his voice. It's because he's English and all. And I can really hear his. Yeah, I know his
Yeah,
accent. I know his voice. Yeah.
I can't remember which fight it was. It might have been the runoff fight, but you could absolutely hear him the whole time screaming at you from the other side of the cage. Like it was like a pin. You could hear a pin drop, but
Yeah.
Ben Vickers, like it was a loud crowd and everything, but you could hear Ben Vickers among those fucking cheers and everything.
Yeah, you can definitely hear him.
Yeah. No, I do like his coaching style though. Like it's very, very English. Like my dad's English, and that is the very, very English. The way he yells and everything. Like it is great to see. It reminds me of my father, so that's pretty cool. So was Scrappy the first gym you trained at in martial arts? Because I know you did used to live in Queensland. So when did you actually move
Live in
over to
Queensland.
Perth?
Um, I moved over here in my early teens. So I think I was going into year 8, whatever age that is, like 13.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
wow. So yeah,
yeah,
you've been there for
I've been here for a while. So
yeah,
you know, I was born there, and yeah, grew up there until I was about 12. Then moved over here, and we've stayed. We've just
yeah,
yeah, made our life here. So yeah, been in obviously. What was the question about my first gym here or first
yeah,
ever gym?
yeah. First gym.
I think the first ever first ever real like martial arts I fully dedicated to was out of well, it used to be called Best in Gracie. I think it's called the Arena now in Rockingham. And yeah, that's where I started. I think that's where I started my really doing jiu-jitsu, doing MMA. I know I had my first 3 fights there. And yeah, then obviously we lived in Mandurah and moved, obviously such a big drive. So there was a gym down there. A mate of mine, Marcus, he started it and made it easy for us. And there was a couple other gyms we bounced around. But then yeah, fought out of Mandurah and really started I think my first couple or first 3 professional fights out of there. Out of at the time was Next Generation MMA in Mandurah, and yeah, then I'm up this way now, up towards Perth. So I train out of Scrappy, and
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. A couple other
yeah,
places. I did judo, done boxing for a couple of years straight, things like that. So I've done other martial arts like the pure form, pure form of judo. I think I did for about a year or 2. Done pure boxing. Um, Same thing. I think I trained out of Rockingham there, and that was for a couple of years. So yeah, I bounced around when I was younger, doing other martial arts with my brother, and then yeah, now I've stuck to just doing straight MMA with everything else involved in it.
And did you have any like boxing matches when you were like training straight boxing?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I think at the time I couldn't do. I was wanted to do amateur, but I believe I was already a pro at the time. So they're like, we can't get you like competing or something at the time or something like that. I think it's different now. If you've only
Yeah,
had so many, professional fights, you can still fight amateur. But yeah, I didn't have any boxing matches, only judo. Well, other than obviously jiu-jitsu and MMA, I competed in judo and wrestling as well. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's pretty good then. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen you like boxing though. Like it would just the way you throw the hands and everything like that would have been interesting.
Yeah, yeah, boxing was great. It obviously just doing those straight pure boxing classes and doing it for years and doing hard solid rounds definitely like made my even now just getting my combos out and knowing where my balance is and foot movement things like that. That's definitely really helped with it. Obviously everything else helps, but yeah, that helped my I guess my foundation.
Yeah, absolutely. I liked in your last fight how you were like ripping to the body quite a lot to get him to drop the hands. I thought that was pretty good. That was pretty smart to do because after you started throwing some big shots to the body, that's when his hands started to drop more, and that's when you eventually caught him.
Yeah, yeah. It was like the knockout itself. I didn't really even like try to set it up. Like I just seen an opening and took it and yeah, put him out. But I guess that's fighting. You just do once you're in there for so long, you just do your thing, and I think you instinctively set people up for failure pretty much, and yeah, find a way to put them out or get to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I also wanted to ask, how many amateur fights did you have? Because obviously Tapology doesn't have your amateur background on there, but you, like you say, you did have 2 first-round knockouts. But did you have any other amateur fights?
I had three amateur fights.
Yeah,
I think 1 or 2 of them were maybe like with Waco promotion at the time or something like that. In King of the Cage, I think it was another
yeah.
one. So yeah, but yeah, 3 fights, 3 amateur fights.
Was the third one a first-round knockout as well?
Uh, no, so yeah, so my first amateur fight was that knockout in the ring
Yeah.
in 10 seconds. Second amateur fight was in Darwin for 12 seconds against the guy with the swastika. Then my third
Yeah.
fight, I think my third fight I lost on points. I just, obviously couldn't put it together that day. And, beat me on points. Then I think I did a few years of just training and traveling and going to Thailand. Actually, I've done straight Muay Thai as well. Got to mention that. Then came back and then started really getting back into it, dropping the weight, and started my professional career.
Yeah, and what was because you were out for quite a few years? I think it was about 4-year layoff. What was that? Just due to the lockdowns and everything like that, and just or was there like a particular reason you were out for so long?
Just a bit of everything, really. I was doing a bit of traveling, working, earning money, things like that, and just training and just everything. I think it was just that time of my life where it was like, whatever age it was, maybe like just got out of high school or early 20s, and didn't really know what I wanted. And you work, you try your 9-to-5 jobs and all that, and do your traveling. Then from there, I was like, all right, I always come back to martial arts, always come back to fighting. So I think this is where I'm gonna really set my energy to and try to succeed in it. And so far, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, and since you returned 5-0, 5-fight winning streak, you win this one, that 6-fight winning streak. Obviously we're hoping, and you should be signed to the UFC or Dana White Contender Series. But if that opportunity doesn't come, you're just going to keep knocking down that door until they let you in. Because
like if that's the option I've got, then I'll just have to keep fighting and keep trying to put these put good knockouts or good submissions or whatever it is, good fights on, and get my name out there so much that they've got no other option but to accept me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll try help you any way I can. I'll post all your knockouts. I have already posted a bunch of your knockouts, and a lot of people liked them because, like I say, you don't see that at flyweight. So I think your name will get out there pretty soon. I mean, you were on the Fight Pass thing, right? Where your knockout was like one of the top moments of the month or something like that.
Yeah. Well, when was that one? That was I think against Michael Barber. They put me on the top 10 prospects or whatever it is for UFC Fight Pass. So I was on that. So I'm getting my name out and just waiting for my opportunity or waiting for my shot. And once I'm there, I'm gonna take it and hopefully put some real good, spectacular fights on for the UFC. So that's the plan,
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Michael Barber is he's a tough bastard as well. You probably didn't see his last fight, but he fought Justin Van Heerden last weekend, and he survived a.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they rematched, and he survived getting choked. First, Justin Van Heerden had his back and pulled him to the ground. Like he had him on his back, like literally, he was backpacking him, and he put him in a rear naked, and he had Barber gargling, and he didn't tap. Then he got kneed in the head and dropped, and didn't get KO'd. But you just fucking completely flatlined him with that left hand.
Oh, so he got TKO'd, did he?
No, so he lost the decision 29-28 to Justin Van Heerden. Yeah, but
damn.
It shows how powerful you are. You went in there and fucking flatlined him, because he's looked really good his last 2 fights. Barber, he's just a dog.
Yeah, even for my fight, with him, he felt sharp. I'll try to shoot on him and I thought I had a good shot, and he's fighting with those double unders and getting off the cage and all sorts, So he's not to be slept on, Michael. He's fully capable of winning and putting these guys out. He just, I think he just had a bad streak, investing good dudes. Like Justin Van Heerden's a good guy. He's next in line. What did he find? Featherweight?
Yeah, he's featherweight.
Yeah, bro. He can get in the UFC if that's what he wants. He's a great dude. And same thing. He might have a couple of hiccups on the way, but any guy he really gets a hold of or gets his hands on, he's finishing them. So same thing.
Yeah,
He's good.
You look at Barber's record, Sembo Kakembo, he's a pretty good prospect. He had a really good fight against him. Colby Thickness, who you were scheduled to fight at one point as well. Some good guys on there that he lost to.
He's getting fed high level dudes, and he's putting it on them. So I can give him that,
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially even after even with my fight, I did break his jaw, and he went to surgery, got healed up, done his thing, and went back in there. That takes a lot of balls.
Yeah, no shit. Some people would be like, well, I've had my jaw broken. This ain't for me. But he's like, no, fuck it. Let's go in there, have some more wars. Like, just crazy.
Yeah, you got to respect a guy for doing that. Taking an injury like that and then bouncing back up and healing and just getting back in there. And I'm pretty sure he got in there like relatively early after being injured as well. Like he didn't wait years then jump in. Sure, it was like the time they gave him, the surgeons or whatnot gave him, and then he was just right back in there. So, yeah, he's a hard dude.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to ask, obviously, flyweight's the lowest weight class, but just since you have a history of moving down weight class, I don't think it will be possible, but I just want to ask just for the meme of it. But like, would you fight at 115 pounds if like the weight class was like in the UFC, or is flyweight like the absolute maximum you can go down to?
What's flyweight? 125?
Yeah, and then straw weight's 115.
That's a push. I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I've never tried getting down that weight.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming anytime soon, but I know around Southeast Asia there is a bunch of strawweight like males divisions and stuff like that. But yeah, I just thought it'd be funny though to see.
What's that in kilos? Like 54?
Yeah, that's like 54 kilos, I think.
Damn, I'll be looking like a guy good fresh out POW camp with it, like at 54. But yeah, maybe, who knows? I could get that. I can make that weight.
You look like the boy in the striped pajamas. If you've ever seen that movie,
yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I didn't think, but I thought it'd be worth asking since, like, once you're like done with MMA, you should just like retire for a bit and then come back as like a heavyweight and throw everyone off, just so you can like get all the divisions out there, go heavyweight, light heavyweight, middleweight, and just after you're done your career in the UFC.
Do what those YouTubers and social media people are doing, like those matchup fights. Like what is it? Mike Tyson's fighting
Jake Paul.
What's his name? Jake Paul. I'll do ones like that.
Yeah. Oh, that would be so cool to see. Like maybe you could fight Manny Pacquiao when he's like 60 something.
Damn. Yeah, I'll go heavyweight. Fight Mike Tyson. That'll be one for the record books. Who can say they fought Mike Tyson?
Exactly. Like I know people shit on Jake Paul. Where like, yeah, he's fighting like a 60-year-old Mike Tyson, but at the end of the day, he's fighting fucking Mike Tyson. Like not many people can say that.
Yeah, like I can give him that. Like, who can say they've done that? But I don't know. I feel like it's coming to the point now where it's just all about money and entertainment and boxing. Obviously, which it is. It's an entertainment sport, but I don't know. For boxing, it feels like it's being a bit stained with all these like social media people who haven't dedicated their whole life, to perfect boxing and become champion. They've just had the easy access, but props to them if they're capable of like finding a way to get to it. They can do that, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Floyd Mayweather. He's just doing all these weird exhibitions now where he like fought some guy who was on True Geordie, I think. I might be wrong on that. He fought fucking KSI's brother Deji. Like he's just fought all these random guys and like he's making a bag doing it, but there's no competitive nature to it. Like, yeah, he's obviously gonna win. It's Floyd fucking Mayweather. He's fighting YouTubers and fucking, all these random guys. I don't understand those fights. Like nobody thinks Mayweather's gonna lose them. So like, where's the appeal?
Yeah, that's it. I think the heart of it is the two best, boxers at that division going at it. The highest level guys, the world's best, and they've kind of swaying away from that, going towards guys who are just who are very well known.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's all about name value, not skill.
Yeah.
Are you going to go to Kambosos versus Loma this weekend?
Probably not. I'd like to, but I've got a couple of things on, so
obviously you got training and everything.
Yeah. But that'd be an exciting fight. So was it Lemon Checo? Who's he fighting again? Sorry, I don't know Lemon Checo. So for the boxing on Sunday.
Oh, Kambosos versus Lomachenko.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that'd be a great fight. Who are you going for?
I'm going for Kambosos, obviously, but I don't think he's going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think Loma's too elusive for him. He's a bit just better everywhere, I think. But you never know. Kambosos is a bit of a dog.
Yeah, if you catch him, get in there and Lemachenko's not used to his style. Who knows?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
that's excitement out of fighting.
Yeah, exactly. On paper, yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to win, but on paper, that's not where fights are done. It's if it was on paper, then like Anthony Smith would be fucking 50-0. So
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, I think I personally feel like Kambosos can win this.
yeah. I'm sure he can.
I
Like he
think,
is a dog. He's pretty gritty in there.
yeah, I feel like Lemachenko's last couple of fights haven't been his most exciting, and he's starting to get not exposed, but there's been a couple of things certain fighters have been doing to him. So I think with that, like Kambosos can find those chink in his armor and those spots where he can catch him, and his style makes fights as well. So
Yeah,
could
definitely.
be his. I guess we'll have to wait and see on Sunday, won't we?
Exactly. And Lomachenko, he might only have like 15 pro fights or something like that, but he has so many amateur fights. I think he has like 300 amateur fights. Like that's got to wear on him a little bit. Like he's got to be slowing down a little bit, you'd imagine.
Yeah, especially like he's probably not young anymore. I'm not sure his age, but
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sure
he's
he's hitting
30.
like mid-30s.
Yeah.
30? Okay.
Yeah, he's in his 30s.
Huh.
I think I'm not quite sure actually. Probably like
But
33,
yeah,
I reckon.
but even fight years, like he's had like that 300 plus amateur fights, then he becomes professional. That's a lot of time in the ring. Obviously, that's good for skill, but it can take a wear on you, especially if he takes damage, which Lemachenko really doesn't. He's pretty good at moving and making people
Yeah.
miss. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess we'll
No.
have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we did see Ryan Garcia just beat the shit out of Haney, so like things are
Yeah.
shaking up a little bit. Especially, did you see like Ryan Garcia like acting all crazy and stuff like that?
I seen a couple of snippets where he was getting interviewed and he was trying to rap or something, and
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. He's trying. I guess it's a little cloud and getting his name out there, but
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I was hoping
yeah,
Haney would win, to be honest, just for that. Like he's yeah, I don't know if he's whatever he's doing. I don't like it. I'm getting too old.
See, I'm the opposite. I was like, oh, he's acting crazy. I want him to win now. Like, I just thought it'd be so funny, and he
All right.
actually did. But
Well, it
I
works.
was
He got his name right out there.
yeah, no, definitely, yeah. Everybody knows who he is now. He even missed weight and everything like that as well. So it's like I thought he was acting, but then he
Yeah,
missed weight and all that. So it's like I don't know.
he done. Yeah, he did miss weight, didn't he? But
Yeah,
yeah.
and he popped apparently. Apparently he popped for some like ostratine or something like that. So
Oh, for the bloods or whatever he's done, the drug test.
yeah, apparently, but he
Oh,
reckons it's
damn.
fake. So I have no clue, but I don't know. I guess there'll be an investigation and everything like that.
Hey, missed weight and he's been pulled for drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's a bit of a stain on the victory.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully they get a rematch and
Yeah.
both make weight and no one gets popped for drugs and they're gonna have another fight. That'll be a sick one to watch again.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there like when you were in Thailand, was it just were you only doing Muay Thai training or did you get to train like some MMA?
Um, well, most of it was Muay Thai,
Yeah.
but yeah, we did a bit of MMA, a bit of jiu-jitsu, bit of wrestling there. But yeah, I think I would say like at least 85%, if not more, was learning pure Muay Thai.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, have you like had any training with any like Dagestanis and stuff like that? Because a lot of the Dagestani guys they do train over in Thailand and the Chechens and all those sorts of guys.
I wouldn't know like whether they're Chechen or whatnot. I know
Yeah.
I've trained with Russians over there, but yeah, I couldn't say where they were from.
Yeah, for sure. Because obviously there is quite a few Dagestanis coming up now in the flyweight division. Obviously you got Muhammad Makayev, uh, Tagil Ulanbekov. Like a lot of them are coming up. So I think what I'm noticing in the flyweight division is that style, it does work to an extent, but I feel like it's not as dominant because like flyweights, you guys just know how to scramble and get out and get up and get around, a lot more than like these heavier guys.
Yeah. So there's a lot of ways, you generally see, a lot more explosive movements, a lot more speed. So yeah, things like scrambling, especially at this lighter weight, does help. And I guess it keeps it exciting if they do get taken down as well. Like even with Steve's fight, he's just turning and hipping out and making space and getting himself up. Not as much as I'm sure he'd liked, but yeah, there's a lot of ways, they can move.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Yeah, that would be a fight I'd love to see down the line. Obviously, we're talking, you got to get past this guy and you got to get to the UFC. But you versus Pantoja, I reckon, be cool. Like, if anyone can crack his chin, it's got to be you. Like, if he can survive your punches, then he can just fucking take anybody's punches at this point.
Well, if Dana White's watching this, give me my shot and we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Like Figgy almost did it. I rate your power on the level of Figgy. I know people say that's crazy, but you just got to watch your fights and see the eye test. Like nobody puts people out like you do in the flyweight division, even bantamweight. Like nobody knocks people out like that in bantamweight, and you did it like that. Like I don't know. It's just you've got to get your opportunity.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just focus on this fight. Hopefully, put like an amazing show on. Show my class and. Yeah, hopefully from there it's smooth sailing. But, I guess I just got to do the fight and we'll go from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in this sport.
Yeah, exactly. You can never look past anybody. Like this guy, you don't know too much about him. Obviously, like there's not much footage, but like anyone's tough. He's got good jiu-jitsu. Don't know much about his striking, but he does train at Bang Tao, so you'd imagine he's got a bit of Muay Thai to him, right?
Yeah. So yeah. I'm just for this fella, just preparing for everything, and trying to be the best I can be really on the day, and go in there and just do my thing.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
And how do you feel like in your flyweight fights? Like, do you feel even stronger as a flyweight than you did as a bantamweight? Like the speed, like how is the speed difference and all that sort of stuff? Like, what is how is the speed difference, like going down all the weight classes? Do you feel like you match up all of these guys speed wise? Like you don't feel too slow compared to these guys?
I've definitely, I believe I've gone faster, obviously, as my weight's gone down as it should. And obviously things like cardio, I can bounce around lighter, I'm quicker. I don't have to push around more mass around. But for speed, it's like I'm finding the lightest guys. Some of them are slow, some of them can keep up with me, and then some are just like lightning fast. And obviously, as everyone's seen, yeah, you can get some flyweights that are just quick, But how I compare against them, I believe I'm at least like on the top 80%, I'd say, of speed wise.
Which is a terrifying prospect.
Yeah, but there's guys out there probably quicker than me, but I've got great timing as well. I know how to fight. I know how to strike. So, yeah, I guess that's one of the things you got to figure out. One of the guys going to be faster than you, and I've got to figure out how to beat them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, against Janowski, is that I don't want to mispronounce his name. I think it's
Jankowski.
Jankowski, yeah. That was like pretty much a masterclass in there. You did a lot of grappling, you knocked him down quite a lot. Like I feel like that was the perfect showcase for all your skills there. And you didn't even look like he'd gassed or anything. And you finished him in the championship rounds as well.
Yeah, it was like round 4, got him with a rear naked choke. But felt good. So I think that was my first time ever within a fight going to the 4th round. So yeah, felt great. And when I'm done, I was like, shit, first time ever going to this round, and I can keep this going, So definitely an eye opener for me, like just myself. I'm sure, like as well as my coaches, knowing that I can push,
Yeah, it's crazy, like because the like I say, the prospect of you being so quick, having that power, and also being able to make it to the 4th round and still have finishing ability, it's just a fucking scary prospect for all of these flyweights, man. Like I'm glad I'm not a flyweight.
Yeah. I don't know. Obviously, I'll just go in there and try to put you out pretty much. You know, you give me 15 minutes or 25 minutes or whatever time it is, I'm going to figure a way to like, end you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just a pleasure to watch your fights, and it was a pleasure to talk to you, man. Just before we go, is there like any sponsors or anyone you want to shout out before we go?
Well, everyone who's promoting me, like including yourself, Benny, people who help post out my photos, all those guys, friends and family who do the same and help me pretty much, get me out there and expose me to the world. Um, I obviously got my brother. I got Ben Vickers. Got Josh Della. Jack Della's
Older
pretty sure
brother.
that's his younger brother. Is it older brother?
Yeah, older.
Same, I think. Yeah, but yeah, guys like that. So yeah, I like to thank them all, and they put a lot of energy and time into me and sacrifice, and obviously now I've just got to show up and show them, show them that all that time and effort is paid off. So
Yeah.
I'd like to thank those guys.
Yeah, exactly. And hey, you go get a nice quick knockout. You don't have to hear Ben Vickers yell at you, so that's always a good benefit
That's it.
too. But
That's
thank
probably
you
why
so
I'm
much for
trying.
joining. Wait, what did
Hey,
you
right.
say? Sorry.
That's probably why I'm trying to get these quick knockouts. Don't want to hear his voice.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to. You're getting punched in the face, and then you just got to hear on the other side this very strong English accent just shouting out to you. It's pretty scary.
Get up.
Yeah, that was the exact thing he said in the fight. I remember he was yelling, "Get up, get up!" Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. All the people who help me out, you know who you are. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no, awesome, man. Thank you so much for talking to me. It was a pleasure to talk to you. I can't wait to see how you do in this fight. Hopefully, the UFC comes calling after you get this one done, and hopefully, I'll be talking to you next time for the UFC 305 card for your fight on the Perth card. Who knows? That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Hope so.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Awesome.
joining me, man. And yeah,
Cheers,
we'll
man.
definitely talk